My issue with Star Wars prequel fans and that phrase they use. Okay, so I don't like the prequel Star Wars films. Now, I'm not going to go off on a rant about how George Lucas raped my childhood because, frankly, I've grown up with all 6 films, and as you get older, you start to notice which of those films are good and which ones are bad. Of course, at a young age, all I was interested in was the lightsaber fights and Jedi powers and the toys and all that shit. I'm going to say this straight. I don't like the prequels. Simple as. Why? Because they're boring. You pack a bunch of CGI shit on the screen with half an hour of politics, then mindless lightsaber fights with no story, then I'm not going to be very interested, am I? The characters are two-dimensional, very unlike the characters of, the original trilogy, Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia. Those characters felt like real people. They got happy, they got sad, they got angry, they laughed, there was a love triangle and incest. It had everything. They were real characters. Where all the characters in the Star Wars prequels can be described like this. You believe that this boy will bring balance to the Force. The Jedi Council will be most intrigued with the boy's midichlorian count. You believe the prophecy will be fulfilled. Hey, I have a double-sided lightsaber to distract you from the fact that I have no character and have said 2 sentences in this film. But I'm gonna fight you anyway, without opening my mouth or saying one word, not knowing you at all, and so will provide no emotional depth to this fight, and we'll fight because it's nearly the end of the movie, and this is Star Wars, and we need a lightsaber fight. Seriously, I can't believe some people clap for Darth Maul just because the guy's got a double-sided lightsaber. Anyway, the phrase used is when there's a debate from 2 sides. One side are the people against the prequels being good, and the other side are the people for the prequels being good. I respect everyone, I don't hate the prequels, but they're just so different from the originals that they don't even feel like they're in the same universe. So what you've been waiting for, here's the phrase that the fans in support of the prequels say. If you don't like all 6 Star Wars films, then you're not a true fan of Star Wars. You don't have to love absolutely everything about a set of films to be considered a fan of it. They're just so different from the originals that it's understandable to think differently about them from the originals. If I loved all 3 original Star Wars films, then saw The Phantom Menace, and hated it, do I instantly stop being a true fan of Star Wars? No! It's literally like this phrase was invented to bully people into taking it back. It's like I say I don't like The Phantom Menace, and people who do like it are like, well then you're not a true fan of Star Wars. Before The Phantom Menace came out, liking all 3 Star Wars films, which were the original trilogy, was being a fan of Star Wars. Then I watched The Phantom Menace, decide I don't like it, and it's like now I'm forbidden to be a fan of Star Wars as a whole. I don't have to get too into detail, that's what the phrase implies, and I don't think I need to tell you that it doesn't make sense, so fuck off with your true fan shit. We all may not like every single Star Wars movie, but we love to debate about them. That shows that we're fanatics. Fans. If someone asks me, do you like Star Wars, even though that implies I like the whole Star Wars franchise, the films, all of it, etc., I say yes. So cheers for watching, see you next time on whatever the hell I feels like talking about.